chat on. Chat is on. Allegedly. I gotta make sure it's like on top though. There you go. Stream elements on there. Hey everybody, how you doing? This is also going to be a replay. I will make a nice thumbnail for this and stuff later. But those tuning in, we're just starting up, but I don't want to be starting on dead air, kind of, so to speak. But we are talking about the Steam Machine in general. Okay? We're talking about this guy right here. Okay? I'm going to stay in the way for now, but, I'll go over here for a second. But we're talking about this guy right here. I let the smoke clear. It's been over a week now. Okay? Been over a week, but we need to talk about this guy. Okay? We're going to wait for 10. Yay, Keitagon Kaiser, how you doing? Have you heard about the Steam Machine, Keitagon Kaiser? We're going to have a discussion about it. We're going to go over the specs, and yeah, we're going to say if you guys would be interested in this as a general consumer of our fan base or not. Again, this would be a secondary device to me, as so I don't make my PC get all mad when I game on my PC and play my Steam games per se. But technically, we have the PlayStation 5 and the Switch 2. This is an extra thing. Yeah, not interested. Explain to me why. Explain to me why exactly. Do you already have a capable gaming PC where you don't need it? You can game and stream at the same time? Okay, my PC, as I said, can handle that as well. But it's just a matter of the resources that it takes. Is sometimes you have all this stuff on there and, everything together. I should have the mic on. I wouldn't even check that. But yeah, the mic is obviously on. But yeah, it's just a matter of, it's people, a lot of VTubers said this as well, is they want it for a device that is secondary. So they're not necessarily for me. You have a good rig. Is that what I mean? Is your rig strong enough? Because even people that have a strong rig are saying, well, I can game with this and my PC can do all the rest of the extra stuff, VTubing stuff and all that stuff like that. You know what I mean? And technically, I could already do that setup with a Steam Deck or my One X player, or obviously the PlayStation 2 or the Switch 2. Yeah, I obviously can do that already. So this also isn't necessarily for me. But again, if I want to play my Steam games easily without any worry of lag or whatsoever, allegedly, the Steam Machine should be able to handle that. It's so claiming 4K, but there's mostly 1080p and 1440p, which my machine already can easily do that, even with the VTuber going. But yeah, let's get the word out per se. Let's get the word out. We're going to kind of talk, and if my model moves a little weird, that's just what it is. But we're going to kind of talk and do things at the same time, We're going to get to Twitter, let's get live on Twitter real fast. But yeah, feel free to say, because you're the first one here, I didn't really, I don't rely, the whole Twitch does not notify people well, I think. Twitter Studio. I love how it's still called Twitter Studio, Elon, but it's not a Twitter. Yeah, you can't get any searches from Twitter unless it is from Twitter. So I wanted to get the stream in today just in case, because I was out all day. I wanted to get the stream over with because I'm going to keep Friday off. Producer! This is the only way you can do a live stream. DivaNyaa Talks the Steam Machine. Talking the Steam Machine. About the Steam Machine. Yeah, this is what we gotta do. Different category for once. It's not gonna be comedy. Video games, tactically. Boop. Everyone start immediately. Twitch and TikTok, I will be with you in TikTok and and YouTube. I will be with you in a second. Whoop. Okay. Alrighty. We'll get you guys on there. Hey, that guy's running hot. Yeah, I don't know. I want to keep that unplugged. Plug it. Okay. And then we'll go with tiki-taki, 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 tiki-taki. Yep, go to Chaotic Helmet Live. And you guys just get this extra, because it's not. Hey, now let's let the Discord know. I assume people are probably away on holidays and stuff like that, so it's okay. Yeah, this is kind of for also recording to start out way into the thing. That's why we got to get really started right away, because this is also an informational video that I'm going to be putting right up. I'm not even going to edit it or anything like that. Twitch. And you guys are on your own. Got the Thanksgiving thing coming out tomorrow. Alrighty. This is live. Let me message some people. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. If you're watching the replay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I should have just done this stuff beforehand, but okay, messaged. Shut up, phone. Shut up, phone. Because I want to just talk about this, and when people join, people join. Kaiser, you're here already. David Trigger, we'll get you here. Because we're going to have off basically Thursday and Friday. Paul, let you know I'm going. Yeah, I'm hitting send. Boop, 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 boop. Boop, 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 boop. Boop, 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 boop. Sure, a lot of people with their families outside. I think that's everybody. Boogie's Rash, Trigger. Oh. Yep, okay. Alrighty. I got chat right here, so I can look at chat here. Leave the phone be. Didn't even turn this one on, did I? Yes, I did not. Okay. Anyway, as we were talking about before, hey, we're not going to wait for nobody, not like that. We're just going right into it. As far as the Steam machine itself, let's see the Steam machine here. Okay. For those wondering about it, yeah, you can scroll, you know, it's a mouse, yeah. Yeah, library, what places, blah, blah, blah. It's a cube. It's a cube that does Steam games, okay? That's not the incorrect pin, you doof. Yo, Street Beast, I'm here. Don't ask what made. Yeah, I'm gonna have to look. I should probably get chat to where I like have a window thing behind it, because you're not late. Don't worry, you're not late. We just get really started right now. First 5 minutes. I'm sorry, people that were watching the replay, was kind of dead air. But yeah, so we're talking about the Steam machine. This is just a chill chat. We're going to talk about it. I want you guys' opinions on it, because I really want to get it, but I just don't want to play what it's going to, I think it's going to end up being. I'm really thinking it's going to be like 700 and blah. But with components getting more and stuff like that, if it's 700, I'm going to have to like wait and make sure the benchmarks and stuff are okay on the damn thing. Because then it's like, hi, as usual, to be live. Play Portal 2. No, I'm not playing Portal 2. I maybe play Portal 2 when I get the Steam machine. How about that? We just talking in this one. I don't feel like playing no games. I got to play games later on, and they're my daily games. I'm just talking in this one. We just chilling. We just chilling and chatting and talking about the Steam Machine after everybody bitched and moaned about it. By the way, the Rating Case, thanks for stopping by on the Tiki Taki. Tiki Taki, we get usually people to jump over to the purple machine, so you feel free to do that if you want to. I really got to get a holder for this thing here. The double thing, or get another screen or something. I got to think of the way to get the other chats on there. Okay? I got the one screen here, the one screen's for the VTuber and stuff. I got to just think of one more screen that has 2 chats on it. I have it on the phone, but I'll think of something. But yeah. Anyway, as I was saying, good to see you. Yeah, I'm going to get the other chat on the phone because it's hard to see you in the chat like that. Put Twitch on here. It is good to see everybody too, though. The girls are... yeah. Hey, Bal. How you doing, though? How you doing? I miss streaming. I know I was doing it with GB technically, but I'm kind of miss streaming by myself. I'm gonna back into swing of things now, so I'm gonna at least do once a week, if not more. I miss doing it myself because I like streaming as this model and stuff like that. And we just talking guy stuff. Taking it. I was watching Grizzy. What's Grizzy? Tell me what the Grizzy is. But now watching you. Yes, you watch me. I am better than whatever this Grizzy is. I am better. I am designed to be better than. But as I was saying, okay, the Steam Machine, people are very controversial about this because here is your spec sheet right here. I just go over here. Even the chat's technically in the way. Here, hold on. Chat, you're going to go over here. Oh, your chat's better over there for now. Anyway, you're going there, chat. Here is your specs. You can read it all you want. Okay? Supporting the 4K, we shall see about that. I don't know about that. We'll see. It's probably going to do very similar to what the Switch 2 does, where it upconverts, and I hope it does, because then I don't have a problem with that, because the Switch does a very good job at making it look pretty in 4K, whatever kind of upconverting it does, because obviously it's upconverting. The Switch is a big handheld, but it's still much smaller than the PS5, and it looks just as good in my eyes anyway. And I got a nice, pretty OLED. So, but yeah, these are your specs. It's basically a souped up Steam Deck, but times 6. They're saying. Okay, now, yes, the Steam Machine. This is the Steam Machine. I will just do a YouTube video for it. Whoop. This is the guy that talked about the Steam Machine, too. He had the most unbiased thing of it. Why are you blinking? Do not blink. He summed it up very good. I thought this was still the best video. Wait. Hey, I see no desktop audio. Nobody told me the desktop audio is now. I don't see it going, so I'm going to get it going. No desktop audio. Properties. Well, yeah, that would not be yeah, that should have outputted fine. Oh, no, why? Because the headphones are not on. Now you will have sound. No? Bullshit. Oh, no, I know why. Because I should hear it here, but it's coming out of the TV. So it should be Yeah, you guys probably still heard it, but it's not hearing the way you should hear it. That's why. It was coming through my thing, so it should be like that. And then what
I think a lot of
There you
people
go.
are getting
There you
some
go.
of
There
this
you go.
stuff wrong. And so I do think it's important that I do this since you all seem to be interested in it. And yeah, as for the new controller, the VR frame device, or honestly, AMD this week also confirming Zen 6 and Zen 7 details officially. I'll talk about all those things
Yeah.
eventually in an upcoming Broken Silicon. But today, I just want to focus on the Steam machine. So let's do that. And first, let's talk about its performance. So first of all, the GPU. Look, this thing is basically an unreleased 7500 XT,
Yeah.
a cut down variant of the RX 7600. It's actually almost exactly a 7600M, a
mobile
laptop variant
processor.
of a
Yeah,
graphics
people saying
card
this
that
is
will
like
be 3 years old by the time this console launches.
yeah.
So look, compared to the PS5 is 29% more compute units. But you know, this will be clocked about 10% faster than the PS5's GPU, and it will be RDNA3
it's like a mixed thing,
which I find is usually about 7%.
Yeah. Okay. To sum this up, real quick, while he's going on, the Steam Machine itself is going to be chip-wise, processor-wise, stronger than the PS5 because it's just a newer chip and it's stronger. But in terms of the GPU, he'll tell you in a second, it's not the same. It's less powerful than the PS5. He'll probably say that in a second.
Faster on average compute unit to compute unit. So if you add it all up, the PS5 should be a bit faster on paper, but only 8% faster. However, now to be fair to the PlayStation 5, its console actually has more TMUs. It's probably going to be a tad more optimized to the metal by developers, although Valve's console will be optimized to be very close to the metal, you know, so it's not like comparing it to like the Xbox ROG Ally X that just has a performance penalty compared to other consoles. It will have a smaller performance penalty than usual compared to the PlayStation. But yeah, the PS5 also has a bunch of extra little tweaks on I/O controllers and stuff. And so just overall, I would say that I expect the PS5 to be about 20% faster overall.
Oh, Ryan Cuse, almost all our videos are not from AI. Please scroll down to our Tiki-Taki if you would, and you will see that we used to do manga episodes and stuff. I just find personally, as that guy's head is cut off, that's weird. I just find personally that it's more fun to make the videos right now. I don't forget, when I had my YouTubes, I always made stuff that I would consider fun. And the fans enjoy it. They get more views. And it's just basically what the future is going towards right now is AI in general. And I already know, and most people are predicting in another 2 years, it's not even going to be a controversial thing anymore. It's just going to be commonplace. I suggest learning it now, learning how to use it, and you know, definitely optimize the way it works and stuff like that. I learn every day different things. Yes, head comes back. But not all my videos are AI. They are just made from things. All the characters are made by me. They were all driven by my manga artist. Our manga is not AI. Okay, it's just AI videos of the anime characters because Tiki-Taki, especially TikTok, wants content every day. And really, we like to make, when we made our manga episodes, it was like once or twice a month of the manga episodes, and then we would just have fun skits or something like that voiced by the girls. So yeah, just explaining that real quick. Don't want to get too off topic.
Well, before you consider FSR4, which as far as we can tell,
Yo, Sheba, how you doing?
Should be getting FSR4 support early next year. And because of that, I think it might almost be a wash. Like the PS5 might be slightly better, but it will only be slightly. And you might be able to get around PS5 performance out of Valve's new box in a lot of games. All right, that was the GPU. Now let's move on to the RAM. So look, I'm not going to kid you. 24 gigabytes isn't fantastic. But I do think it's probably going to be enough, especially because this thing will be running SteamOS, not Windows, and so it will use RAM a bit more efficiently. And overall, even long term, I think it can probably do 1080p medium settings, especially because I'm sure devs will optimize their games for this a little more specifically. Just like they have like special Steam Deck settings.
I just covered for the girls.
And so even 4K might work with FSR, which remember, when this
yes, I want to see the SFR
support as well. So maybe we'll do like 4K medium 60 with FSR 4 balance or performance mode on. I think that's totally plausible. And so I do think the performance of this will be enough. It'll have enough RAM. The graphics card is enough to get you to what they're claiming. Just don't expect to turn settings beyond medium most of the time. And anything beyond 4K high is going to be unlikely in AAA games long term. All right, so now let's move on to the final component to bring up, the CPU. Overall, I would actually say the Steam Machine will only have a slight advantage to the PS5 in the CPU department. It might not always have one. Oh, what's that? Do you hear it? A bunch of people typing in all caps angrily at me, saying things probably like, but it has Zen 4. The PS5 only has Zen 2. Actually, no, it doesn't. You see, the early rumors that came out from Sadly It's Bradley, who I consider the GOAT of Valve leaks, showed early prototypes of this thing using something that is called Hawk Point 2, or Little Hawk Point. It is a budget variant of an APU that is already a year old now, and the thing is, that has up to a 30-watt TDP, which if you look, the Steam Machine also claims that, by the way, for the CPU, further supporting this. This is Little Hawk Point. And therefore, because it actually only has 2 Zen 4 cores and then 4 Zen 4C cores. It doesn't have 6 full Zen 4 cores. And it's actually more of like an underclocked Ryzen 5 220 with its integrated graphics probably disabled. So overall, that means that I would expect this.
Thanks, trade. Yeah, I thought that was me. I was like, we have a trade thing.
More capable of running lightly threaded titles like single player games like God of War or something a bit better than the PS5. Like if the PS5 can't really get past 80 or 90 frames per second, as long as you turn down the settings to get there, this will probably hit 120 or 144. But in games with a lot of assets being streamed in and physics being calculated, maybe a game like Battlefield 6, I actually am not so sure the PS5 CPU is any less capable than the Steam Machine, especially when you throw in the extra I/O controllers that the PS5 has, the Steam Machine will not. So overall, what you can say is in some games, the Steam Machine will probably more consistently get to like 120 frames per second. But in others, the PS5 might actually have an advantage. And overall, don't expect this to be any more than a 144 hertz gaming device. And there's probably a reason Valve keeps saying,
well, that's why I want to get it, because
target. All right, then.
I got a nice TV.
So that raises a question. Why is Valve using such a weird CPU for this? Why is
because it was cheap?
Such an odd GPU choice. A GPU
because it did jumping stuff
by the time it launches. Well, what I think it all comes down to is that Valve, just like they did with the original Steam Deck's APU, they got a special deal for AMD in a time where AMD was a little desperate to find someone to buy some products from them. And so when you look at the weird specs of the Steam Machine, what you're actually looking at isn't so much a device that was made by someone who doesn't know what they're doing. It was made by someone who is trying to win a Scrapyard Wars competition.
Yes.
And then wants to mass produce that for you all.
Yep.
And now I'm going to break down what the cost of this device will probably be. But first, an ad from a sponsor. This
they kind of see it. You say 425.
Sihu C300 Advanced Ergonomic Office Chair with advanced back support. This chair is, well, incredibly high quality. I have to say that I checked chair today. Okay, so for those who don't know,
chair today.
The APU that was used in the
chair
Deck,
today.
It was actually originally designed to be used in a Microsoft Surface device.
Wow,
in fact,
I didn't know that.
I believe AMD wanted Microsoft to use that in like late 2020 or early 2021, and well, Microsoft backed out of the deal. That's something I've always heard. That's something I've heard other people suggest, and it's something that's been covered on this channel multiple times in the past. But the point is that once AMD designed this bespoke APU that they thought would be perfect for a premium, like thin and light laptop in 2021, they were worried they were going to have to just throw away this thing they worked on. And then that's when Valve swooped in. Apparently, in conversations with AMD, they learned of this APU, an APU that was no longer going to be exclusive to Microsoft, and they were.
DivaNyaa, do you have a Lego going Barry from Netflix? What? Huh? Do you have a Lego going Mary from Netflix One Piece? What? You mean the Lego from a Lego One Piece? You mean the One Piece ship from Netflix? You mean? I saw it. My wife showed it to me. It's like $150. They nuts. They nuts. I told her, I was like, the only way you'd probably be able to sell that is if they bring it to cons and people just impulse buy. But I not buying that for $150. They're crazy.
At the same time, working on some sort of skunkworks project for a handheld PC gaming device, and they said, that 15-watt APU you got there that has stronger graphics than you would usually get in a 15-watt APU at the time, that's perfect. We would like to have that just slightly tweaked, and we will buy millions of those from you if you will let us. And then the rest is history.
Yep.
Valve is an opportunist when it comes to making these sorts of bespoke devices they don't usually make. And
oh, wow. You got it. Cool.
Perfectly explains why the specs of this machine are so odd. You see, they went to AMD, I believe, and said, we want to make something that is a standardized gaming PC.
And there's the Steam machine.
And we just want the cheapest you can give us that hits a certain I want the controller too. And AMD, well, they probably looked around and they saw that they had a massive stockpile of
their area around $60.
They're never going to sell.
Well, crap.
Something I've covered on the channel.
What, they got it on sale?
That back
$100 off
RDNA 3
full size one.
Galaxy brain move to
show me in Discord
on 5nm, but they said we're going to put our lowest end die, the RX 7600, on 6nm and try to match the 4060 in performance. And because it's on a cheaper node and a cheaper node that has less capacity constraints because it's just less desirable, we're going to be able to pump out 2 of these to every 4060, and that's how we take the laptop dedicated GPU market. And it just didn't work. OEMs wanted the most efficient GPU they could get, even if it's only 20% better or more, maybe a bit better than that in efficiency. That's enough for them to say, hey, the laptop's already going to be $1,500, an extra $100 to get better battery life and a bit better performance in a laptop form factor. We're going to choose that, especially when consumers tend to go for the NVIDIA sticker, especially in laptops. And so, yeah, I've long heard that AMD had tons of Navi 33, that's the die used for the 7600 and 7600M, just lying around that they don't know how to get rid of, and I think they cut Valve a deal. I think they said you can take some of the worst yields of one of our lowest volume selling Hotpoint products, maybe we just disable the integrated graphics on that, allow us to dump our remaining Navi 33 stock, and then you can cobble together, like I said earlier, this Scrapyard Wars Frankenstein desktop that you can then mass produce and undercut Xbox and possibly PlayStation as well. But how much will the Steam Machine cost exactly? Well, I estimated it for you. I put together a full bomb.
This is where we're like, this is what like.
I also did it for the Steam Deck LCD 256 gigabyte, just so.
All right. You see, like the Steam Deck and everything. I don't know why it's freaking out when I put my thing on the mouse thing. Steam Deck, see, they're actually still taking a loss on this. They barely are now, but they put it on sale too, so they're probably trying to get rid of their inventory at this point. But and the Steam Machine, you see the APU, like he was just talking about. The APU, the system RAM, it's still only 16 gigs. So this is what I'm talking about when people are like, oh, the RAM's getting out of crazy. No, it's still 16 gigs. 16 gigs, okay, is that much now? It's still, let's look around. Let's look around. We're making a video. This is a video. It's going to be also on the channel. It's not an optimized video, so. The hell is that? All right. RAM, just a normal Google search. Well, just 16 gigabyte of RAM. Why wouldn't you have the? This isn't like Google. Wow, this isn't like showing. shopping first. That's actually new. I didn't know it did that. I actually don't like that. I don't like that at all, man. You should show me your I didn't know who did that. 16. Okay. So it has got up a little bit. We're at, let's see, we'll just do a general search of, because this is the big controversial thing going on right now. That DDR5, is DDR4 is even up right now. That the AI stuff is making everything go crazy. So 80, 55. But again, they got a cut. They get cut a deal, okay? And I would hope that they already have these deals worked out. 32 gig, yeah, we're not worried about that. Obviously, that's crazy town kind of stuff. Okay. So you saw it was between like $60 or whatever for normal kind of thing. Okay. He said 48. So he's like $20 off. But again, bulk deal, probably 48. So he was being generous. The storage, yes, that's fine. Display, there's no display involved. Connectivity, $13. Power system, 20. You got, just thing. Let's get out of the way here. Cooling system, 20. Shell and case, 25. Input devices, controller. Yeah. He put the controller in there. I didn't know he did that. Okay, we not have the controller brand might not be grouped into it too. And $40 PCB and the packaging $10. They really charge $10 for packaging. Damn. But yeah, let's let them continue.
So that I could make sure that my methods were grounded in reality, and I got to around $300. And that is what I've seen other analysts online that's job is to tear these things apart also estimated. So I got to a similar number to other professionals, which tells me the way I'm doing this is probably pretty accurate. And do note that, I've also done this professionally before I switched to YouTube full time. I was an engineering account manager for years. Part of that job was putting together estimates for how much it would cost my company to manufacture a given amount of products. It could be maybe 100 a year, could have been 10,000 a year. And I had to know what each part cost, like how you could estimate that, and even sometimes do competitive analysis with our competitors as well. So I have done this before, actually, professionally, so you can trust that. And, you can also trust that a lot of the stuff on here, you can kind of back up just with what's online. Like you can go online and find out
you can just look up the stuff. Yeah.
Over 200 watts. You can use a silicon calculator to estimate the cost of a given die. And I did all of that. Links will be in the description. But anyways, let's get to the point. As you can see on screen here, I genuinely think that a lot of this stuff is actually pretty cheap. Like I said, little hawk points, probably like, I don't know, below $40 for the die. If you look at similarly priced graphics cards that are out there, which remember, even the 5500 XT's die isn't that much smaller than the 7600M that will be in the Steam machine. And there's something 30 with 8 gigabytes of RAM. You can find for $170 7600s right now. And remember, AMD will be buying these things in bulk, and they will
they're getting them for $100 at least, if not cheaper.
They'll be getting it for less than that. I'm pretty comfortable with my numbers, and they point to, look, if they want to have
he said 184
getting with their now years old Steam Deck, I think they can charge $599 easily. They can charge only $599 for this thing. And if they wanted to be really aggressive and twist the knife in the back,
it should have been $499. $499.
I think they could charge just $449. And
but they're not going to.
I've seen other creators out there say that they think this thing might cost $800 or something, but all of those estimates on other channels seems to come from some quote Valve told them, which was it will cost about as much as an entry-level gaming PC. And they seem to think that means $800. but I don't know that we should be so sure that that is what that means. Like if you look around in Google, you can see that at least in the corporate speak, if you go to a pre-built website, look at what Lenovo or someone thinks of it, most of the time they're saying entry level is $500 or more, usually around $600 or $800, never more than $1,000. So I think that Valve is actually targeting something that's probably going to be $449 to $600. And just to do another gut check here to make you all
any more than that, I'm sorry, it's not going to do good.
Look at this. For $420, you can get a laptop with basically the same APU this will get. And yeah, I know it has less RAM, but whatever.
I didn't see that one.
$80 from $420 because if it was a
Vito
console, it wouldn't need to have that screen. It wouldn't need to have the battery that's in the laptop. Those are usually a large part of the cost, by the way. Then add another $25 to get to like 16 gigabytes of RAM and $150 for some ultra weak budget GPU. You get to around $500. Or here's another example. Here's a $600 minis 4-room mini PC that has a similar type of GPU, at least in terms of cost to manufacture, a similar in terms of cost to manufacture, actually maybe more because it's bigger, APU powering it, and that's $600. Then there's my friend who comes on the channel, build yourself for $650 recently, and it has a better graphics card technically. And so yeah, I think this backs it all up. Valve is probably targeting for go either direction.
It's saying drop in frames
more because of whatever's going on in the world.
I'm getting drop frames. Do not drop the frames. It's fine.
In a bad way, or it could be a bit less if tariffs get removed or DDR5 prices return to normal. We don't know yet. And actually, I think that's why Valve hasn't announced the price early either. I think Valve is sitting there and going, like, we don't know what the hell is going to happen. And so let's just tell everybody the specs. We know this will be the most competitively priced product when it comes out, but we don't know the exact price yet, and we'll tell everybody right before we release it. And actually, speaking of hell, I think Xbox might be in it soon if Microsoft doesn't rethink their pricing strategy.
Yeah.
See, the Steam machine is not going to beat the PS5 in performance. It might get pretty close and even undercut it in price a little bit while offering games that on average cost less during Steam sales and the ability for you to play online more often without having to pay any fee to do so. So Sony might actually have to respond to this thing if it's a huge hit. And Xbox, oh my God, look, forget the PS5. The Steam machine is going to be at least double the performance of the Xbox Series S, while possibly costing the same or slightly more. It's easy to dunk on Xbox, but it's just part of the video. I have to do this. This will make a complete mockery of the Xbox Series S. And when you look at how small and quiet it's intended to be, don't worry about the PS5. It could bring competition to PlayStation in a way, but I think it is abundantly
I hope they don't screw us. I do want it.
Xbox Series S killer.
I'll put it right here
that makes
and play one of my Steam games again.
I mean, PlayStation and Nintendo, they've won the console war against Microsoft. And in fact, Phil Spencer has been admitting this directly for years now. And so I believe that Valve knows that the next thing Microsoft will do with their Xbox brand is try to retreat from console competition into the PC space, and in doing so, bring more competition against SteamOS, right when SteamOS is starting to eat Microsoft's gamer lunch. And so I think that's where the Steam machine comes in. I think Valve is sitting here going, hey, you got this fancy Xbox Magnus coming out soon, but it's not coming out right now, is it?
Yeah.
We don't need anything fancy. We don't need to have some super expensive bespoke APU that we design with AMD. We can just, again, play Scrapyard Wars, go to AMD, say, hey, what's the best price performance products you can give us that hits this level? And we'll Frankenstein together something right now that launches a couple years before you're able even to compete with us, and competes at a much lower price, as Microsoft is also telegraphing that their Magnus console, which I've already leaked if you want to see
like
everything
$1,200 or so.
It looks very cool, but I believe it's going to be very expensive, and Microsoft has basically said that publicly as well. And so I think this could be almost another Steam Deck versus Asus or ROG Xbox Ally X situation again, where, yes, Microsoft launches the stronger console eventually, but it will be years after Steam has already been there, hitting a minimum level of performance that most people think is acceptable at a much lower price that might make people shrug if Microsoft charges.
Yeah, just let me know. I'll visit her too and see.
So at the end of the day, Microsoft, you've already been pushed out of the console space. Now Steam's looking to make sure you can't get back into the PC gaming space. Make sure you really think long and hard about how much you want to charge for Xbox Magnus. Because to me, when I look at the creativity and the Scrapyard Wars console they're throwing together, they're ready to fight you and fight you tooth and nail for this new little PC hybrid console kingdom they have been building. All right, that is going to do it for this video.
That's the thing. They're not. Okay? This is where I disagree. I agree with everything he said in this video, but Valve said themselves, oh, we want to work with extra partners and stuff like that. They're pussying out. Okay? They're pussying out. They're the ones, okay? You can sit there and clip this later, or maybe I'll clip it later. I don't know. But anyway, they're pussying out, Valve. Valve, you made a product that is supposed to compete with Xbox, basically, their PC supercomputer diggy that they're coming out with in 2027. But you come out with this thing, and you're basically saying, hey, Xbox, yeah, we're making this thing before you get to market. But you can still work with us, and you can put Steam on our machine, on your machine. No. Squash them. Splat them. Okay? Xbox is weak. They might have more money than anybody else, but they're making a lot of bad moves, okay? Just because you have a bunch of money doesn't mean you can't fuck up a lot, and they're fucking up a ton. So I think that Valve needs to man up and realize what they're doing, aggressively price this thing at $4.99, and really, like, go after Xbox specifically and make them Sega, where they're just a publisher, and really, like, start thinking about, hey, man, maybe we start to get these guys in stores eventually, and, you really take on PlayStation and stuff like that. If SteamOS is ready to go, it's time kind of thing. But again, all I see is misinformation going around from Valve themselves saying, oh, it's their price. They're scared to actually, say what this thing is, how much is it going to be, because they don't seem to know, I've never seen a console coming out that has had people so confused, arguing about it, talking about it. Now it's just, okay, some people, I've never seen so many people not know what the fuck it's going to be. I hate Linux. I hate Linux like a lot. My primary machine will probably never be a Linux, but I comfortably say my Steam Deck is going to be far less of what the fuck are you doing moments than I have with multiple Windows machines. Yeah, Windows will definitely fuck up just randomly. Both the Steam Deck and the new Steam console are Linux. Trust me, they're not migrating to Linux. Open it on like I'm doing that current. I think the Steam Stream Cyberpunk at high 2K FSR performance 60. And I don't know about that. Maybe FSR 1080p. If it can do that, that's really awesome. But I don't know about that. FSR is good. I want to see really what this FSR can do, for sure. Like if they announce it at $700, I'm definitely gonna just wait and see if it's like a good, like if it really is powerful for that, box performance kind of thing. But if it's $4.99, I'll just impulse get it. Even at $5.99. But that's it. I don't want to go any really higher than that. Steam machine is slightly faster than this in terms of GPU. No, it's not. It is not. That is not correct. The Series X won't run most games, but sure, but no. Steam hardware is embarrassingly general. Most PC gamers have weaker hardware than the machine. Machine is weak. Yes, but the thing is, again, especially right now, there is tons of sales on PCs right now. Tons of sales. Yeah, we'll just go right real fast. We'll just show you an example. Even I'm using Brave again. Best Buy. Okay, we'll go on Best Buy. I will show you how much more powerful PCs are out there right now that are on sale. They even had one that was like $300 and something. that was put in. Decide to load gaming PC. There you go. I was just looking it up to be curious, you know. Hey, any of these guys. This guy right here. Little weaker, 599, but not much, and you're gonna have more power to performance type of thing. This is what are you going up for? Did I go up? More powerful, definitely more powerful. That is more powerful. The RTX, the RTX 560, definitely, yeah, more powerful. So I mean, you cannot sit there and like they had all these high powers. Oh, you could sit there and take it apart and put what the hell you want then, and still you're like, it. There's so many PCs they put on sale right now that are more powerful than the Steam machine. So they cannot sit there and come at this and have it even close to these price ranges. It's just not feasible. You know, it's not cost feasible. Yeah, I'll get out of the way a little bit. I'll get out of the way a little bit so you see, but yeah, like they have a ton on sale. A lot of like real high end stuff. Like look at this guy right here. The memory alone in this market right now, the memory alone in this guy right here is $1,000. So all these other components, the video card is like worth fucking $500. So this, and not even including the chip and stuff like that. Technically, this if you parted this out, it's more than what the PC is even on sale for. You would part it out and get more money right now. That 32 gigs of RAM is like tons more money right now. Is insane. But I know people are probably just like buying it up, you know, buying it up just to sell the RAM, buying up PCs and just parting it out and selling the RAM up. Alienware. Okay, let's just do like, where's their refined search anyway? Yeah, anything in this list. The Radeon 960. I mean, hearing a lot of people talk about that guy. That's more better than the that's better than the 5000 series. Let's look at the clearance real quick. Let's just look and see if anything new popped up for clearance. Ah, yeah. This is the one right here. This is the one right here. That was a crazy deal. It's still on there, the taunt, but it's not anywhere around here or anything like that. This is the one that was for $341. I would have impulse bought this right away, put it on a payment plan or whatever, and literally like that. Yeah, went on clearance in the stores. They don't even say it's like in stores or anything like that, you know. Okay, so I wonder if they had like floor models or something like that. But yeah. Power supply, bloatware, lag. Yeah, you can port that out and make tons more money. You know? But I'm just saying, yeah, this Dell refurbished thing's funny. It's definitely funny stuff. But this sales actually, it's funny because I'm not really looking for a PC or anything right now. They had a lot of sales this year. A lot of sales. Open box. Let's see some open box stuff. Clearance is just a cock tease. They just you want to load, you loaded. Samsung Honest. Yeah, I noticed it. See how cheap this thing is? Open box 518. This thing's a $1,400 fucking thing, man. Insane. This thing was $1,400 last year. Now it's $500. Insane. Stealth AI, you know, computer, Chromebooks, yeah, I've seen all this stuff. Nothing. The headphones are new. Those are new. 174, bah. Mouse is new too. Let's check open box stuff. I'm being curious. Samsung Odyssey 32-inch. Wow. 148, huh? That's stronger than the Steam Machine. Acer Nitro 160. Yeah, that's weaker. Technically, this is weaker. That's all they got for open box. Wow. But yeah, like I said, in terms of the Steam Machine itself, specs are people are saying the 8 gigs of DDR VRAM is going to be a problem in the future. I agree. It should have been 16. Nintendo Switch even has 12, for Christ's sake. 12 VRAM, pretty sure. Something like that. Well, no, it's 12 RAM, but it's like the OS doesn't really eat anything of that, you know. Ah, boy. Talking about this stuff, but yeah, in terms of, again, you're watching this video, you get my opinion. I think Valve, grow some damn balls, take on the Microsoft head on. And again, you guys got to stop, like, you have to tell Valve they're very much on the fence what they want to have this charged with this. Tell them $4.99. Keep reiterating $4.99, $4.99, $4.99, $4.99, $4.99, and they'll make it $4.99. Like the guy said on YouTube, if they bought in bulk already, which I would hope so, they're saying it's coming out early 2026. They have to be up in production by now. It's friggin' going into December. Okay. And if it's early, what do you got? 2-3 months? Like, these things got to already be built and packaged almost. You're like, I would have hoped they bought in bulk already and had this stuff already set to go and we're already manufacturing already. You know what I mean? Already. But I'm gonna go for like 8 minutes more. I just coming off of being sick, so I'm tired. I'm tired. So it's just already taking a lot out of me. And I think having it where I'm going over a subject, having it longer than that would be kind of silly. But yeah, in terms of power, I definitely think it'll be able to handle a lot of new games and old games. It's just gonna be that new that's what, if they make it too expensive, I'm gonna have to just kind of wait and see on reviews kind of thing, you know. But the upscaling and stuff like that, you know. What the hell was that? That was loud. But I'll end up getting 512 either way, because you just put an SD card in there and you're fine. But anybody has any questions before I go? I know you guys are gonna just hang it out today because it was an impromptu stream. But yeah, that's what I wanted to really talk about is just the Steam Machine in general, the Reddit posts about it. Like I said, I've never seen such mixed talking about things. It's close to be from employees suggested to be close to 700-800. Kind of killed my hype, but I was hyped. Far too much money to spend. I think I build a more powerful computer. Yeah, that you gotta put that into effect that people can build things. You can get in the used market, okay? Like is you can build. Let me wait it for me. People are like waiting to see, man. Depends on the price. Teaching couch game without streaming support the modern console. Need to switch to. Yep. Yeah, you gotta price this right. And you price it right, it'll be a home run, man. You don't price it right, it will die. 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 Oh boy. But this thing made a lot of discussion. Yeah, it is definitely, it's dying down now because people are worried about Thanksgiving and stuff. I'm sure it'll ramp up once it goes. I think Valve's gonna reveal it at the award show, the gate, whatever the hell that is. When is the award show? Let's look it up real quick and see. Well, they just call it Video Game Awards Stow. Isn't Steam also part of that anyway? December 11th at the Peacock Theater in Los Angeles. Yeah. So definitely that's enough time that's passed by. I think that's when they're going to announce the price. And they're going to say pre-orders have opened now because you got all video game eyes on watching the award show. And you're going to announce the Steam Machine's price right then and there. And then people are going to go, blah, boo, or whatever, you know. Because personally, I think they're kind of going to give in a little bit. I don't think that they're going to go at $4.99. I think that they're going to go at $5.99, and then that's what they're going to settle at. $5.99 without the controller, $6.49 with the controller, and that's what they're going to do. And $700 for even the, I don't know. They might do like $7.99 for the one with the controller and the 2 terabyte or something like that. Or even go crazy and do $9.99, like the 512 and the 2 terabyte. That's why I think they had 512 and they jumped to 2 terabytes, so there wasn't in between. So they might justify going from, you know, $5.99 all the way to $9.99, just like how the Xbox did. They were literally copying the Xbox doing that. Remember the Xbox had the Xbox Ally X and the Xbox Ally X whatever. And it was $5.99 for the one thing that had basically a Steam Deck equivalent chip in it. And the Extreme 2 one was in the $9.99 one. So yeah, I think that's what Valve is going to literally copy and paste the pricing for that. I think my prediction right now, you can quote me, is $5.99. I want it to be $4.99 because $4.99 is mass appeal market thing and people will all be talking about it. $5.99's rough, but it will get people to maybe settle on it. But I really would like it $4.99. And $5.99 if you give us the controller too. I don't know, something like that. But I want the controller too, but I want to buy the controller and then separate and pay $6.49. No. So maybe $5.99 with the controller. I'd like it to be $4.99 with the controller too. But again, the way that they really seem to be poo-pooing on it, when everybody brings up $4.99, it seems like that they don't want to do that. But they should. They should. They can take the hit, Valve. You can take the hit, Valve. I'm just saying, you got billions and billions of dollars. You want people to be playing, you know, the games and giving you more monies and stuff. Yeah, you want to be doing that. You want to be doing that. But yeah, all right. We're going to get ready to raid because I am tired. Streaming takes a lot of energy. Yeah. I just getting over being sick and I don't want to push myself too hard. Went out today and stuff like that. So yeah, we'll but yeah, look forward to tomorrow. There's a little special, a little quick special with Rika. Rika is doing the favor for Sakura. She will show you the turkeys. I promised the turkeys and she will bring the turkeys. Rika is bringing the turkeys to everyone. Okay. Turkey. Raid Channel, who is live right now on the eve before Thanksgiving? Chunky is, I guess I will raid the Chunky. I will raid the Chunky. They're doing their VR stream. We'll wait 2 minutes. We're gonna go full hour. We'll make it a full hour video just for the things. But yeah, you watching the replay on YouTube again? Demand them to make it $4.99. See, we wanted $4.99. Tell them $4.99. It's what it should be. It's what it should be. It is what its birthright should be. $4.99. $4.99. $4.99. It is an entry-level PC nowadays. I don't care what people are saying. That is an entry-level PC is $4.99. So, what they talk about? Entry-level PCs are $4.99. But it would kind of be cool to just have this thing in the living room, per se, and then I'll run an HDMI to my setup, and then everybody get to see me playing with the Steam Machine and everything like that. But yeah. All right, we are 15 seconds. I can start the raid. Everybody, I hope you have a wonderful Thanksgiving. Thank you all for your support. And yeah, We are getting ready to leave for the raid. Wait, I can't raid with that, guys. Come on. That's embarrassing. You heard me say bye? You heard me say bye and y'all left? You want to go chunky? That's embarrassing to go with. Come on, guys. Nah, I can't go with that. That's too little. That's too little to go with, guys. I'm sorry. You saw me say it and like 10 people left. But oh well. Oh well. It is what it is. Hope everybody has a wonderful Thanksgiving again, and enjoy the replay on YouTube and Twitch and all that other stuff. And see you on TikTok. You'll see all of the Rika video tomorrow. Take care, everybody. And we got manga coming out Friday. We'll see what we got. We got the watch party on Discord on Friday, and Saturday has the I gotta talk to Tomo and see if she can do that in time. Have to edit it in time too then. But yeah, take care, everybody. Bye-bye. 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 See you next time.
A tale that sways 1,000 sins. Eyes like lanterns where the dark begins.